I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Tracy Martinez is suing Melissa Lau in the amount of $4,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Ms. Martinez claims her Victorian-themed tea party was ruined when the party planner decorated with candles and that dress she wore caught on fire.
State your name.
Tracy Martinez.
Ma'am.
Melissa Lau.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing Miss Lau for $4,000, alleging she owes this money for a dress that she ruined or was ruined as a result of something she did.
That is correct.
All right, start with you. Tell me about how you all know each other. Let's start there.
So we met about 4 or 5 months ago in a yoga class. I became engaged, and she told me she was a party coordinator. So I thought, perfect. So I hired her, and we began to plan this perfect event. It was going to be Victorian tea party themed. Everybody was going to be dressed to the nines. And so for this event, all the flowers, the music, there's going to be an opera singer, the charcuterie boards, and a very key element to the aesthetic of this was going to be floating candles.
This is the first major red flag. Tracy says Melissa originally did not want to do the floating candles, but they eventually came to the conclusion that they would. That wording matters because the court will want to know whether there was a clear agreement or just a disagreement that Tracy thought she had one. When safety concerns are involved, a planner is not only responsible for making things look nice, they also have to protect the venue and guests from predictable danger. So viewers should pay close attention here. Did Melissa truly approve real flames? Or was Tracy pushing an idea that Melissa was uncomfortable with from the start?
And at first, she didn't want to do floating candles, but we came to the conclusion that we were going to do floating candles.
I want to need you to, we're going to move on from this. I hope that my oldest daughter is not, my eldest daughter is not watching. She's the only daughter that I have that isn't married. And Lord, now she come asking for all that, you're going to break me.
Yeah, so bridal party, it's going to be once in a lifetime. So I did want to go all out, but there's going to be gorgeous floating candles all around.
When you say floating, are you talking about floating in the air or floating on water?
So we had them hanging on the ceiling and the floor, but floating as in they're in like cylinder vases with water. In the photo, you can see it.
Good.
It's gorgeous.
I'm trying to conceive of it. Okay, got
So
it.
they're little tea candles floating in water.
Wow.
And so we had agreed upon this beautiful setup. On the day of the event, I came out to see, and I came out to find these cheap LED candles.
Those?
No.
Oh,
This was
yeah, those look
afterwards.
fine to me. Go ahead.
This looked great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So cheap LED looking candles, and Melissa was nowhere to be found. Only her daughter Angie was there. I did have a little bridezilla moment, not my best
was an
moment.
understatement.
All right.
You attacked my daughter.
Let her speak now, so you can give me some background and
Sorry,
bring us
Your
up to
Honor.
the stage in which she had her moment.
She
Go ahead.
attacked my daughter while I was
Let's
not
start
there.
at the beginning.
So I came early to the event. We had discussed the possibility of having candles, but again, I was warning her that since this event was happening at my personal space, I did not
Judge
feel
Mathis
comfortable.
is doing what good judges do, cutting through the drama and getting to the facts. Melissa is calling Tracy's behavior aggressive, but the judge wants specifics. What exactly happened? What was said? How did that lead to the dress catching fire? That is important because emotional language can make a story sound worse than it legally is. Melissa's strongest point is that she used LED candles because she believed real flames were unsafe in her event space. That is not just a design choice. that is a safety precaution. And once safety enters the conversation, the case becomes less about aesthetics and more about responsibility.
I did not feel comfortable.
See, your personal home or something?
No, I own an event space that I have clients come and hold events at. And since it was at my personal space, I continued to caution her against having real flame candles. And so I went early the day of the event and set it all up using the LED candles. They were affordable, but very nice flameless candles. And she attacked my daughter and told her that she needed to replace all the LED candles that had originally been set up and replace them with the flame candles.
Okay, where's the guerrilla stuff? All I hear you saying is she's just kind of aggressively said, hey, I need these things out and I need what I paid for.
But she did it while I was not there. One of our other friends had baked a cake for this event, one of our other yoga friends, and she unfortunately fell ill. So I had left to go pick up the cake to make sure that it was there at the event for her. So I was gone for just a little bit, and I had left my daughter in charge because everything had already been pretty much done and set up at that point.
Okay. How did it affect the dress? You're saying you're suing her about the dress that was ruined, and you say it caught fire. What happened? And get to that.
So the LED lights were there. I told Angie to fix it, and she did. This is the photo of what Angie fixed, and it looked beautiful. Like you said, I paid a lot of money for this event, and I wanted it to look exactly as we had planned before the event, not something changed after. And then Melissa comes back from running her errand, and there was a confrontation in front of the guests.
About what?
About the candles.
I thought it had been corrected.
Me too. Me too.
I'll break this down to you.
Yes, because I don't know anything about
She
it.
wanted the real candles. She said the real candles are dangerous, let's do LED candles. They set up the LED candles, and then when she was gone, she came back and replaced
Changed them to live candles.
She bullied my daughter to change it
Now
back
the
into
emotional
this.
stakes are clear. Tracy says she was almost in tears and just wanted the event to continue. From her side, this sounds embarrassing and stressful, especially during a special celebration in front of guests. But in court, embarrassment and liability are two different things. Melissa's argument is that she was trying to enforce a safety rule in her own event space. Tracy's argument is that the planner changed the agreement at the last minute and ruined the experience. This is where viewers may split. Should Melissa have been clearer from the beginning? Or should Tracy have listened when she was warned about real
My
things?
daughter
She
to
bullied
change
her
it back
daughter
into
to change
this.
them back to the...
How you know I was
Confrontation in
getting
front of
old and can't understand things as well anymore? You say you're around me a lot.
That's why they gave me a raise season 2.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
My dress is engulfed in flames, and I am so
Your what?
lucky that
Your dress is in flames while
Yep.
it's on your body?
Yes, and I am so lucky that I didn't end up injured.
And later,
He has a problem drinking. So like when we have different little things, he come in. He comes to the party or wherever we have an event, he's drinking and he be drunk.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Tracy Martinez, who is suing Melissa Lau for property damage.
So there was a confrontation in front of the guests. And basically, she told me that either she switches the real candles out to LEDs or she's shutting the entire event down. So at that point, I was basically almost at tears. I said, I don't care about candles anymore. I just want my event to go through. So my friends took me
Here
to
comes
the
the
dressing room.
warning issue, and this could decide the whole case. If Melissa warned Tracy that live flames were dangerous, and Tracy understood that warning, then Tracy's claim becomes much weaker. This is close to the idea of assuming the risk. If someone tells you something is dangerous, and you choose to do it anyway, it becomes harder to blame someone else when that exact danger happens. Tracy argues that candles like this are common at weddings and events, but common does not always mean safe. Long dresses, floor-level candles, and a crowded event create a very real fire risk.
My friends took me to the dressing room, finished getting ready, And once more guests started to arrive, that's when Melissa and her daughter had changed all the flame candles to LEDs, or so I had thought and was told. And so I come out of the dressing room, more guests are there, and that's when I was going to teach everybody the waltz that we were going to do at the end of the night. I walk out, and next thing I know, I am getting bombarded by people. My dress is engulfed in flames, and I am so lucky that
your dress is in flames while it's on your body?
Yes, and I am so lucky that I didn't end up injured and in flames.
And where did it come from?
Apparently, after her whole shabacle about how dangerous it was and how you had to get rid of them, she missed a couple.
We were in a rush. I unfortunately did miss one or two of the flame
Prior
candles.
to her using it, you may have told me already, did you warn her that we can't use live flames?
I did, and especially given her event.
She told me we shouldn't, but she told me we would before. There was a verbal agreement that we would. That's why I expected it done.
Okay, so you told her, you say, when you got there, it had been agreed upon that there would be flames.
Yes.
And so when you saw they weren't, you confronted her daughter.
Yes.
And you say you had already told her no flames.
Exactly.
So either her cognitive skills are waning and her memory is bad and she doesn't remember that that entire scene that you were discussing.
That dismissal is quick, but the reasoning is clear. Tracy was warned, the safer LED candles were used, and she pushed for real flames anyway. When the dress caught fire, Judge Mathis saw it as the result of the risk Tracy accepted. The legal takeaway is simple. If someone creates a safety precaution and you remove that precaution, you may not be able to sue when the danger becomes real. This case is a reminder that "I paid for it" is not always a winning argument. Sometimes the court will say safety matters more than the look, the theme, or the perfect part of vision.
Scene that you are discussing, or she doesn't remember that, the most important part of that conversation, and that is no live candles, because for the obvious reasons. Did you tell her it was because of the danger it might pose?
I did.
Did she tell you it was because of the danger it might pose?
Yes, but I'm not the original person to come up with this idea. Millions of people have this at weddings, events. I'm not a party coordinator, but I know there's low-tep candles. You're the one that came up with this design. Like you said yourself, you're saying it was just C to absolutely not shutting down the event. If it was a no from the beginning, you should have said that from the start.
Some of those candles are flame candles. My argument was that those ones that are near the floor there, that would have been dangerous. I knew that she was having a Victorian era tea party event with people in long dresses. That was my concern, to have those be the live candles.
And indeed it did happen. But your concern ultimately bore out. And that is caught fire because of the low candles. The problem you have here, ma'am, is that you are the one that put them out against her rules. You. So just because she didn't get all of them, you're the one put them out. It was your responsibility to take back the wrong that you had done. When the daughter came up and said, we got to change it back to LED, quite frankly, you should have helped. He said, okay, let's get this together quick, because I want to make sure that the audience enjoys themselves, so let's hurry up and get this done. Not, okay, you go ahead and do it then. And then when they miss one or two of what you lit, and there's a fire, and there's a fire because you went against what she told you, what she warned you about, what danger she said it would cause. That's why she wouldn't give you live flames. But you went and did it yourself anyway. You assumed the risk. You assumed the risk that what she told you may happen, happened. You were warned. They created a precaution for that to happen. You knocked down that door of caution, did it anyway.
This preview tells us exactly where Judge Mathis is going. Joshua says he came to his mother's aid, but the judge immediately questions why he inserted himself into an argument between two grown sisters. That is a big point. Sometimes people say they are trying to de-escalate, but their actions actually make the situation worse. The judge seems focused on respect and boundaries. If Joshua approached his aunt in a confrontational way, even if he says he meant well, the court may see that as the start of the physical conflict. And once the table breaks and medical bills appear, the judge has to decide who created the chaos.
Anyway, and it backfired on you because what you did was not reversed by the person who did it. You. Have a good day. Claim dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Would you two like to have any final words with each other?
Yeah, don't hire your friends.
It went the way it was supposed to go.
Grab your belongings. I have this way.
Coming up.
For a second, he's like, all right, let's go. What's up? What's up? What you trying to do? I'm like, it's not like that. We're just trying to talk it out, trying to see what's happening. I can't have you screaming in my mom's face.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Melinda and Brandon Brown suing Joshua Williams in the amount of $725. The Browns claim their troublemaking relative drank too much at a graduation dinner and say he started a physical altercation and broke a table.
State your names.
My name is Brandon Brown.
Ma'am.
Melinda Brown.
All right. Sir.
Joshua Williams.
Okay, and you all are suing Mr. Williams for $725 for medical bills and a broken coffee table? All right, get started.
I was helping the defendant here, my nephew, Joshua. I was helping his sister. She graduated from high school. I was giving her a big celebration dinner at my house. And he came. I didn't mind him coming, but he's the troublemaker of the family.
How so?
He has a problem drinking. So like when we have different little things, he comes to the party or wherever we have an event, he's drinking and he be drunk.
He gets belligerent?
Yes.
And disruptive?
Yes.
So what are we suing him for today? What happened with these medical bills or what have you?
In the midst of Brandon, my son, when he found out that he was in my face, he went to talk to him. I went to the family room and talked to him, and that's the talk. And it ended up into a fight.
Okay, let me hear from your son. You tell me what happened, sir.
They're talking in the kitchen, and I kind of come to her and asking her what's going on, and I could see just in her face, she didn't have to say much, but she's like, oh, it's Joshua. And just like I suspected, he was all up in her face, she said, and spitting in her face, arguing with her. And I approached him. I said, hey, Josh, we need to go talk. Can I pull you aside for a second? He's like, all right, let's go.
At the end of both cases, Judge Mathis makes the rulings based on responsibility, credibility, and common sense. In the first case, Tracy's $4,000 claim was dismissed because the judge found that she ignored warnings about real flames and assumed the risk when she pushed for live candles. In the second case, Joshua was ordered to pay $725 because the judge believed the plaintiff's version and rejected his explanation of what happened during the family altercation. The bigger lesson here is simple. Whether it is a fancy party or a family dinner, choices have consequences. If you ignore safety warnings or escalate a conflict, the courtroom may not be on your side. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.